YouTube, we finna go ahead and get straight into it, you feel me? This is the deadliest ape attacks. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? This was a very crazy video that we finna record. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? We gonna get into it because you know what I'm saying? We like stuff like this. Like, we don't like it to happen, you know what I'm saying? It's sad that it has to happen. But it's interesting, you know what I'm talking about? But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get into it.
My pet chimpanzee has attacked my daughter.
Attack your daughter. Oh my
gosh. The animal has to be shot.
Animal gotta be shot.
My 50-year-old daughter. She needs an ambulance.
On this terrifying day,
she need an ambulance. She need an ambulance.
When their pet chimp, Buck, finally snapped.
Dang,
okay,
Buck.
are you safe?
I need you to shoot.
Okay.
She said, I need you to shoot him. She said, shoot him in the head. Buck!
St. James and his wife, what started as a birthday party for their pet chimp, Mo, turned into the worst day of their lives.
Try to get up with a birthday cake, man.
Bite my fingers one at a time.
Oh my God.
The other one was sitting on my back, eating me alive. My butt.
My private.
Whoa! Neck, head. And it's a miracle that I'm alive.
Others, like this young boy, are also
gosh,
to be alive.
That make you just hold on to your stuff,
apes are misunderstood and killed for their natural behavior.
Oh my God!
A 450-pound gorilla dragging around a 3-year-old boy like a rag doll. This morning, the Cincinnati Zoo defending its decision to put down the 17-year-old endangered silverback named Harambe.
Today we'll look at 4 more of the most unsettling ape attacks.
Hey, y'all better leave these apes and these gorillas alone. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait till they do the 100v1 gorilla versus man.
For a horrific accident. Why was delivering a birthday
some of y'all gonna end up,
disaster.
Just being dumb and
going.
Was
Harambe
and go
the
get your
gorilla
behind
really trying to save the 3-year-old boy?
By that gorilla, look at that thing.
You're both locked in the basement, correct? We're both locked in the basement, yes. And they've got to do a headshot.
She said they gotta do a headshot.
Don't say if humans come here, it will attack them.
Unlike dogs, apes don't make great house pets.
Yeah.
People often adopt or buy a chimpanzee.
Yeah, y'all better leave them apes and stuff alone.
They can make an imprint on them as parents. But while they may be cute and cuddly
feeding them milk and stuff,
they can quickly
when
grow
they get
to 100 pounds or more.
They won't be walking around like
but
this.
It's not their size that poses a threat. When fully matured, chimpanzees can be 5 to 6 times stronger than the average human.
Ooh.
They can also carry disease and dangerous bacteria and not even show symptoms. We're talking herpes, tuberculosis, and simian immunodeficiency.
Everything he just named sound deadly, bro.
Social life with
what he said? Tabernacles.
There are no
Hepatitis.
Fatal ones.
Our
first attack survivor got caught
syphilitis.
One, leaving
what? That stuff sounds deadly, boy.
St. James Davis, a NASCAR driver, traveled to Tanzania, Africa in 1967.
NASCAR driver, okay.
Upon his return home to California, his girlfriend at the time, LaDonna, was greeted with a surprise that would change their lives forever. During St. James's Africa trip, he came across a mother chimp giving birth in the wild.
Okay.
Moments later, he witnessed something utterly shocking.
I saw the poachers shoot chimps and I saw Mo's mom give them birth. And the poacher come up, chop their head off, their hands and feet. They saw me.
Bro, look at his nose, bro.
St. James couldn't sleep that night, and the next day he decided to return to the scene.
They ripped his nose off like that.
Lying next to his dead mother.
They ripped his nose off like that. Now he look like one of them man, what's that? Man, what superhero is that? That nose is like that. I don't know if it's Ghost Rider.
40 years ago.
Or
LaDonna fell in love with the chimp, and the pair decided
what his name is.
Little guy Mo.
Y'all drop down in the comments.
St. James and Mo formed a loving bond, and he would often carry him in a sling around his chest.
That's crazy. That's exactly who he looked like, bro.
Mo
I don't think it's Ghost Rider, but it's somebody.
Pet. Instead, Davis and his wife raised him like their child. From sitting at the kitchen table to sleeping in their bed, Mo...
They go on these ads, bro. One of these ads, bro. You wanna know why we got ads on this video? Cause y'all ain't running up my views, bro. That's the reason why it is, bro. It's y'all fault.
Even learned how to use the toilet. 2 years later, St. James and LaDonna got married, and Mo was both the flower thrower and St. James's best man.
Mo.
In 1977, when Mo was 10 years old and much larger, he bit a woman's finger. This incident inevitably led to a lawsuit, which included an attempt to remove Mo from the Davises' possession. But after seeing Mo's tame, human-like behavior, the judge dismissed the case.
Man, ain't no human need to be owning no monkey.
Cage. Numerous police police and animal
We already
control
be acting like
officers
monkeys or
after him.
got doggone selves.
He was returned home, but not before he dented a police cruiser and mauled an officer's hand. A year
Oh, so
later,
he really is
Mo
acting
bit
like
visitor's
Caesar
finger
from Planet
after
of the
she
Apes,
put her
okay.
hand in his cage, ignoring the
He on that
Davis's
ape
warnings not to
activity.
do so. Following the attack, Mo was moved to an animal
One of them
sanctuary to
YAs,
live with
them
other
young
chimps.
apes.
The Davises still visited him regularly, but on his 38th birthday, the unthinkable happened.
When I looked
38,
around, I
dang,
knew
how
we
long
were
they
in
live?
trouble.
Yeah. And they came after you first?
Yes. I was between them and James, and they came at me first. I got my thumb, and he pushed us apart, and I went backwards.
They got her
When I
thumb. It
went
looked like they
backwards,
took
went
her
after
pinky,
him.
not her thumb.
Otherwise, I thought we got the blunt of the attack.
On March 3rd, 2005, the Davises brought a cake for Mo to celebrate his birthday. Although Mo didn't share a cage with the other chimps at the sanctuary, they were all kept in the same area. So when his adoptive parents sliced him a piece of cake and handed it to him through the cage, the other chimps weren't too happy.
They were jealous, just
They
like
have
look,
this
just
thing,
like
it's
little
not a dog.
toddlers, just jealous.
It's not a person. It's this weird in-between thing. It's an animal, but it's also intelligent.
Yeah.
And so when you do something for someone else, but you don't do something for them, they get rage, like horrific rage.
Before
Just
they
like
knew
a little
it,
toddler.
2 male chimps had broken out of their cage and started to attack LaDonna and St. James. St. James pushed LaDonna under a nearby table and saved her life.
That's a man right
At a
there.
significant cost.
That's a man
to
right
his
there.
own.
He stuck his thumb in my eye.
Ooh.
It peeled off.
Just like them movies
The
where all
side
the
of
goo
my
be
face.
coming out his eyes after you.
My other
Oh
side
my
of the
gosh!
Then he drugged me, bit off my heel.
Bit off the
and he
heel of
drugged
his
me
foot.
down a hill 30 feet. You know, so impacted with dirt and mud. It took him a long time to really clean me up.
Upon
feel bad
hearing
for
LaDonna's
this man.
screams, a staff member quickly ran over. Shocked by the horrific scene, they grabbed a handgun. The sanctuary
They
ranger
should have grabbed
managed to
an
shoot one of the
AR-15 that
chimps,
had
while
30
the other
shots in it
pulled
instead of
St.
grabbing a
James's
handgun.
bloody body away in a frenzy. Moments later, the second chimp was shot dead.
Fuck!
By the time the attack was over, St. James had lost his nose,
Wow.
right eye, 8 of his fingers, testicles, and even pieces of his lips, cheeks, buttocks, and foot.
Ooh.
Thankfully, because of her
They
husband's
told
quick
her.
thinking,
Oh,
LaDonna
what?
only walked away from the horrific incident with a missing thumb. Craig Stanford,
Bro, am
a
I
professor
tripping,
of
or did it look like her
anthropology
pinky
and
was
biology
missing, not her
at the
thumb?
University of Southern
Maybe I'm
California,
tripping.
argued that the attack was to show Mo, the new male chimp, who was in charge. The 2 male chimps couldn't attack him, so instead, according to Stanford, they attacked the first individuals they came across who were in their immediate territory.
How
Other
couldn't they
experts
attack him
claim
if
the
they
chimps were jealous
all
of
in the same
favoritism Mo was
area and they
regularly
was
getting,
feeding him
and it's possible
feeding
both
Mo a
these theories
cake?
are correct. St.
I don't
James
get
needed
that.
more than a dozen surgeries
Dang,
and
I feel
stayed in
bad for that
hospital
man,
for
bro.
5 months. He was put in a medically induced coma and at one point
I wouldn't know
was
what to
fighting
do if
for
my
his
nose
life.
looked like that.
Since then, he's been confined to a wheelchair and can't see out of his right eye. He also doesn't have full use of his hands. After his recovery,
That's sad.
the
That's
Davises
honestly
regularly
sad.
visited Mo at his new home, a sanctuary in the San
That's
Bernardino
honestly
Mountains.
sad.
But in 2008, he managed to escape. Mo broke off the steel welds of his cage and was never seen again. The Davises were heartbroken, not knowing what happened to the chimp they had raised for nearly 40 years. Surviving a chimp attack
Man.
like this is next to impossible unless you have a gun or other weapon to defend yourself with. Something former chimp owner Tamara Brogatti knew all too well.
Police say the chimpanzee's owner, Tamara Brogatti,
So this
was
another
seeking
one.
shelter from the pet chimp inside her home.
Tamara brought Buck the chimp home
Buck!
for raising in 2004 when he was just 21 days old. For years, he was able to roam around freely and was treated as a regular house
Okay.
pet. That is until 2010, when Oregon passed a law banning the possession of dangerous animals, including chimps. However, because Tamara had owned Buck
Technically,
before the law
really
came
almost
into
every
effect,
animal is
she
dangerous because
wasn't
they all got
required
stuff
to
that they
pick him
could
up.
tear us up with. to be
Peter was
honest.
fighting to have Buck moved from the Brogatti home to a proper animal sanctuary, and in April 2021, they filed several complaints to the Oregon Department of Agriculture. This led to an investigation, and on June 16, 2021, the city told Tamara
Well,
she
that's
had
one
6
old
months
chimp,
to
boy.
fix the issues, which
boy
included
got a
no
gray
longer
beard and
allowing
everything
Buck
going
to roam
on.
freely around her property. Just 4 days later, authorities received an emergency call from the Brogatti's home.
Okay.
I've locked myself in the basement with her. I can't get out to get my own gun.
She can't get out to get her own fire. We don't want no relaxing stuff right now, alright?
Okay. On the patio.
We want that
You're
dog,
gonna
that black on the
have to-
rise, you feel me? That react to the video, you know what I'm saying? I know y'all want that too, you know what I'm saying? Bro, run my video views up, bro. I be getting sick, y'all, bro.
We're
Share
sending
these
a deputy
videos,
right
bro.
now. Hang on one second, okay? I'm trying to get this.
Turn it viral. Turn it viral. Turn it viral.
I've never seen anything like this.
Buck escaped his enclosure after Tamara's daughter forgot to lock his gate.
Okay.
This was when he attacked, biting her torso, arms, and legs. When police arrived on the scene, Buck was out front, and Tamara
So these
told them
things is
again
really
that
like
they needed to be put down.
little evil little things. You know what I'm saying? Like they grow up innocent. You know what I'm saying? They grow up. You know what I'm saying? All lovey-dovey. Then when they find out they, you know what I'm saying, strong. You know what I'm saying? Bodybuilder status. You know what I'm saying? Then they start.
Tamara and her daughter were
They start
taken to a
biting you
hospital
like.
for their injuries.
What in the world? What?
PETA blamed Tamara for Buck's death, claiming she had violated the requirements of his permit and deprived the social animal of interacting with other chimps, which may have led to his
I don't want to hear that bull
Tamara
jump.
took no
Take
responsibility, instead blaming PETA for filing the initial complaint and the Oregon Department of Agriculture for not allowing Buck to roam freely around as he did before, which led to his agitation. Often, human error or ego leads to the tragic loss of an animal's life in situations like these. From thinking wild animals.
Oh no, I don't like animals, bro. To be honest with you, bro. I don't like animals. I don't like bugs.
Animals who have to suffer from our behavior.
I especially don't like bugs. You know what I'm saying?
Harambe was born at Gladys.
Oh, this is another one. They talking about Harambe.
Harambe. Continued to. Determined he
they
needed
talking about that
a
what
bigger space to
Harambe.
accommodate him.
I actually remember hearing this
Experts
story though.
also
To be honest with
decided
y'all,
he had to learn adult gorilla behavior.
somebody, I think a little boy
required him to
fell
be
in the
around
enclosure.
undergrown silverbacks. This led to his move to the Cincinnati Zoo on September 18th, 2014. Just one day after his 17th birthday, Harambe became an internet sensation.
Harambe,
That should have
Harambe.
never happened.
Yeah, he's just dragging that little kid in the water.
Like
Just dragging him like he nothing.
This morning, the
Come here,
Cincinnati
boy.
Zoo
Let me
defending
teach
its
you a
decision to put down the 17-year-old endangered silverback named Harambe.
Yeah, they
While
got
visiting the
to.
zoo, a
They try to rush in there. He
mother
gonna, you know what he
went to
gonna
see
do?
gorillas. The child climbed over a 3-foot fence, through 4 feet of bushes, and fell
What are you
12
doing, bro?
feet onto a moat.
What are you doing?
separating
This is
gorillas
why
from visitors.
home discipline
Zoo
is
staff immediately
necessary.
tried to get the gorillas
Stay
back to their
behind
enclosure,
from off
which
the
2
rails.
females
This could have been
obliged.
easily
The
prevented.
only male gorilla, Harambe, decided to check out what the commotion was all about.
So Harambe don't listen. That's what y'all trying to tell
and
me.
appears to hold the child's hand, later propping the boy up from behind and eventually dragging him all the way to the other
He
side.
could have
of the
easily
cage.
accidentally
After
could have
10
accidentally stepped on that
minutes,
baby and killed him.
Officials made the decision to shoot and kill him, saying that a tranquilizer dart.
Yeah, they need a 50 cal for that little
Following the
sucker right there.
incident, Harambe
They
became
need
a
a
name
50
known
cal.
around the world.
Buh!
Some felt the zoo's response was unethical, while others
Bro,
blamed
you
the child's
okay?
mother for
Since the
allowing
zoo's
boy to
response
fall
was
into
so
the enclosure in the
unethical,
first place.
then you take
Experts
yo
defended the zoo's
yo
actions,
god doggone
even
you
though
take
they were sure
yourself
Harambe
down there.
didn't
You
mean to
know what I'm
hurt
talking about? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Take yourself down there
let you know that
and see if you could tame the gorilla,
that child, and I don't think
or see if he gonna sit there and do
However,
that.
that gorilla was disoriented.
And swing on your dumb behind.
He didn't understand his strength.
Was killing Harambe the right move? Let us know what you think in
Yes.
the comments.
They had no
After the
choice.
incident, online petitions started popping up calling for the mother to be held responsible for Harambe's death.
That's true too. Cause why in the
An
world you let your
investigation
child
was
go out
launched,
there?
and ultimately, prosecutors didn't blame her for negligence, as she was attending to her 3 other children when the boy took off.
That's true.
Gorilla
Okay.
attacks don't happen often,
3 other
but
children.
When they do,
I
they
can
are usually in
understand that. You know what I'm
self-defense
saying?
on
I'm
the part of the animal.
understanding,
As
man. I can
herbivores, they'll
understand
never
that.
look at a human as a potential meal. As you've already seen, dangerous situations do occur.
Yeah.
In 2020, a zookeeper in Madrid accidentally scared a gorilla, leading to serious injuries.
Ooh.
Another
How he
incident
scared
at the
him?
Rotterdam Zoo involved a woman who thought she had formed a bond with Boquito,
Okay.
a large silverback, during several years
I
of
remember
visiting.
hearing about this too.
Upon Boquito's escape from his enclosure,
He
in
went and found that
2007,
girl.
He attacked the woman and other zookeepers.
How in the world,
Gorilla
bro got a
survivors are simple.
GPS tracker on her?
Keep your
How in the
distance.
world you just
Don't
go
look
find
them
her,
in the
bro?
eye, as this could be mistaken as a challenge. And never show your teeth, as
Boy,
that smile
these
of
little
yours
things
will
got
be
some
seen as a
ugly
sign of
little teeth,
aggression.
boy. Them things black.
Even though the
Ooh,
average gorilla
hey, y'all
can
seen
weigh
that acoop
500
scene?
pounds and
Ooh.
be up to 20 times
That
stronger
Tarzan
than the
acoop
average
scene?
human, they're not as dangerous
I know y'all
as some
seen
other
that.
wild apes. Even the primates that
Y'all don't
seem
be watching.
harmless
Y'all don't be
can do
watching
serious
movies for real,
damage.
man.
Native to East and South Asian rainforests, gibbons can be found
Look
in
at that little
countries
monkey.
including China, Thailand, Cambodia, India, Malaysia,
Look at that
and
little monkey.
Indonesia. They're known for having long arms, some reaching 5 feet
Okay.
in length, and
That boy
large,
tightroping.
sharp
That boy tightroping
that
now.
inflict severe damage to anything or anyone they may perceive as a threat. Although not as strong as a silverback gorilla, Gibbons can swing their bodies from branch to branch, jumping distances of up to 50 feet.
That is freaking ridiculous.
This is thanks to their hook-like hands and specialized shoulder joints, allowing them to move quickly.
That is
Gibbons
freaking
often
ridiculous.
scavenge for fruits and greens, but they are also known to eat insects, bird eggs, and small birds if the opportunity arises. As territorial animals, they live in small groups and have
I be seeing them little things at the zoo, matter of fact.
That's what it takes to protect themselves. Unfortunately, due to deforestation, many gibbons are losing their natural habitats, which has led to their relocation to sanctuaries and zoos. Gibbons don't appear to be much of a threat to humans.
They don't.
Likely due to their smaller
Yeah,
size,
they don't look like
especially
much of
compared to
threats.
other apes. They are usually just over 2 feet long, with the largest species, the siamang, reaching 3 feet and weighing around 26 pounds. That said, they are still wild animals and can do some serious damage when provoked. Something a couple of
26
zoo
pounds. Okay, let me do my math right quick.
2011.
He weighed 26
After
pounds.
from its enclosure at the Malacca Zoo
So I
in
can't use
Malaysia,
9mm, you know what I'm saying?
a 5-year-old girl's
So they give me the .45, the .45 ACP, you know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying, .45 minus 26
serious, but the boy was rushed to hospital with severe injuries. Aside from his thigh, the boy also had injuries to his face.
Okay. Equals 19,
his mother,
right?
Anita Suleiman, explained,
So that means after I shoot him,
a visitor came to his aid and
After I
hit the
shoot him.
gibbon, forcing it to release the child. He lost a lot of blood. I fear my son will be scarred and traumatized for life.
Yeah, he'll just
zoo's
be on, you
director,
know what I'm saying? The
Ahmed
bullet
Azhar
keep
Mohammed,
continuing to
didn't
travel in the
confirm how
ground.
the ape had
You know
escaped
what I'm
its
saying? I
enclosure,
would have enough
but suspected
energy, you know what I'm
unruly
saying, to kill
visitors
him, you know what I'm
provoked
saying?
it.
If I had to, if I was put in that situation, to have to do that.
But if it does attack, you'll want to fight back, as they are small but mighty. By now, you clearly understand why keeping an ape as a pet is not a good idea.
Oh, definitely.
Even if they seem tame, a wild animal will always be a wild animal,
facts.
and instincts can kick in at any time.
Hey y'all boys, that's
If
basically
you
the
see
end of
one
the
and
video,
it's
you know what I'm saying? He just yapping, you know what I'm saying, for the rest of the video. But I'm gonna catch y'all boys. I love y'all boys. Running my video up. And Jesus love y'all. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is great. Happy Mother's Day to all those mothers out there. And I'm gonna catch y'all boys later. Bye! Hold on, I gotta do thumbnail. Alright, y'all boys.